I'm running out of time. I am Joe Van Wy. I'm a local, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm Michael Israel. I think I'm on. I don't know if you can hear me or not. And so I have the honor and privilege of starting us out here. And again, we're going to go in order and then move down so each of you gets a chance. And the first audio clip.
First one up is Frazier.
I was going to say, we're going to call you guys congressmen so you get used to the idea. All right? So there you go. First up is going to be Congressman Frazier, and if you want to step forward up towards the podium, and we're going to play our first clip from President Obama.
I happen to be a proponent of single-payer universal health care, but as all of you know, we may not get there immediately, because first we got to take back the White House, and we got to take back the Senate,
Projector's on. Projector time's out. We'll do the first one without the projector, I guess. So, Congressman Frazier, what do you think should happen to Obamacare, and how do you believe Obamacare should be reformed?
Well, Obamacare should be done away with in its entirety, period. That's right. There's no question. We do need to address some of the issues with our health care system in this country. I was privileged to work in one of my many working opportunities in the hospital in Muncie, Delaware County, at Ball Memorial Hospital. So my mother was a registered nurse, and her career covered 65 years. So I was kind of brought up in the medical field, if you will. We need to be able to buy medical insurance across state lines. This will go a long way to make competition. I've been in private business all of my life, and when you get competition, you're going to get the best product at the lowest possible price, and that includes health insurance. So there are a lot of areas where we can improve our health care in this country, but it certainly isn't turning it over to the federal government, believe me. You're looking at a former paratrooper. That's one of the dumbest things I ever did in my life. When they came around and it was going to double my pay, I was a private at the time, and they said, hey, we need some guys to be in the paratroopers, and it pays $55 a month. I said, sign me up. So anyway, you're looking at, because of that, a disabled veteran. Now you want to know what socialized medicine is. How many of you guys are familiar with the VA? Are you being treated? I don't need to be talking to you. They've cut on knee 2 or 3 times, and it's not very efficient, to say the least. So I can speak personally and firsthand and advise us all that we certainly don't want Obamacare. We don't want anything socialized medicine. Thank you.
Do we have the first clip? Can we actually go ahead and play it so everybody can see it?
Who's next?
Next is going to be Congressman Sizemore.
Okay.
I happen to be a proponent of single-payer universal health care, but as all of you know, we may not get there immediately, because first we got to take back the White House, and we got to take back the Senate,
All right, Congressman Sizemore, same question. Each of you will get this. What do you think should happen to Obamacare, and how do you believe Medicare should be reformed?
That's some good ones. Obamacare, they put that together and pushed that through without very much consideration or thinking, I believe. I would vote to repeal the Obamacare if elected. Because, the problem I got, I move is kicked on. But I have so many people. I mean, I work in this factory, and I meet all these people, and everybody's so concerned about health care and the rising cost of all of it. And that's what bothers me too. I mean, we was at this debate, and I made an example. I've always had health insurance. I mean, I've had it, and I've never been without it, so I don't know what it would be like to not have it. But I was talking to Joe here. If he doesn't have it and he got hurt, Okay, the same deal, they might charge him $1,000 for, they'll charge me $250 because I have the health insurance. So I can't figure that one out. It doesn't make sense to me. As far as fixing it, we need to address, I'm with Bill, these insurance companies need to be opened up. We need to be able to shop more. I agree with him on that one. What was the other, what, the second part?
The Medicare.
Well, that's, I mean, you know, these are all problems. These didn't transpire overnight. I mean, this took years to get here. You know what, I'd have to just sit and look and just read on that one. Thank you.
Congressman Van Wy, again, same question. What do you think should happen to Obamacare, and how do you believe Medicare should be reformed?
Well, I'm hoping that the Supreme Court does its due diligence and finds out that problem before us so we don't have to. Otherwise, I would vote to repeal it. Socialized medicine doesn't work. We can see England as an example, and even Canada, because many of the people in Canada come to the United States for health care because it's divvied out and they have to wait in line for months and months on end, and sometimes they die in the process before they can even get their own health care because of socialized medicine. I think it's wrong, so I would be in great favor of repealing it if our Supreme Court does not get rid of it. As far as Medicaid, if Obamacare does come in, they've taken $500 million away from Medicaid, so the way we're going to fund it, I don't know how we're going to do that. We're going to find money somewhere, pull it out somewhere, because Obamacare is going to cost at least twice as much as what they originally told us it was going to. Originally, they tried to keep it under $1 trillion, and now they're telling us it's going to be, the CBO said $1.2 trillion, so it's going to be a lot more expensive than what they told us. What can we do? I think open up the state lines, let the insurance companies compete for our business. I'm also for health savings accounts. You know, if we can put money in a savings account, and then not only that, our employer or someone else can put money in there. At the end of the year, if we don't use the money, it's our money. Or we can leave it in there and let it gather interest, and we'll have more money if we do need it. So I'm a big proponent for health savings accounts. So I think these are some ways that we can address our health care. But we definitely get rid of Obamacare.
Congressman Bates, and for full disclosure, my mom informed me that he and I are fourth or fifth cousins or something, so I don't know what that means. But same question, again, what do you think should happen to Obamacare, and how do you believe Medicare should be reformed?
Good to see you, cuz. Now, I'm going to play along because you clearly asked us to address the President of the United States, okay? So will you humor me if I follow the rules, okay? Mr. President, you have made light of our United States Supreme Court in not one, but two State of the Union addresses. And I just want you to know that this summer, that Supreme Court that you've made light of is going to, by a 6-3 margin, rule that your Obamacare is unconstitutional. Okay, I got that on my system. Now, we do have healthcare challenges in the United States of America, but I do not believe we have a healthcare crisis. I believe the crisis is manufactured by this government in order to make us all, make us indentured servitude to the United States government through healthcare. I think you can directly connect the rising cost of healthcare to the United States government through Medicare and Medicaid. And I'm not dissing on Medicare, and yes, we do need to reform it. But you can directly connect it. You go to the hospital, if you're on Medicare, you will pay 20 to 30% of the bill. That cost is passed on to insurance companies, and so we pay the rest of that bill. That has to change in the United States of America. What do we do about Medicaid? We can begin to drive down the cost of health care by giving Medicaid back to the states. It should not be governed by the federal government, in my humble opinion. Thirdly, the free market system is our best asset and the best tool we have to drive down the cost of health care. Do I get extra time when they clap? No, I'm kidding. We've all heard of Geico. We've all heard of Allstate. We have learned that auto insurance, national auto insurance, has driven down the cost of auto insurance. I firmly believe the exact same thing, Mr. President, can happen with health insurance. Thank you.
Now we'll listen to the second audio clip.
Under my plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket. Even, regardless of what I say about whether coal is good or bad, because I'm capping greenhouse gases, coal power plants, natural gas, you name it, whatever the plants were, whatever the industry was, they would have to retrofit their operations. That will cost money. They will pass that money on to consumers.
Congressman Sizemore, to the microphone, please. What are your solutions to the energy crisis?
Solutions to the energy crisis. Hey, I thought this was a debate bomb. Well, we don't need to rape the planet, but we need to be considerate of the people that's here and how we use it. Man, this energy, I mean, they're wasting more energy than what we're coming up with. I mean, these lights on, these cities all night long and all this. As far as Obama's cap deal there and the way he said that, man, that was pitiful. My electric bill, I just paid it $639 yesterday. That was for last month, heat and everything. That's a rough one. It took my entire paycheck. Nothing left. Repeat the question again.
What are your solutions to the energy crisis?
My solutions would be people would have to use less energy. We could open up some more oil. I don't even know if that would work. Our three, the gas companies, the refineries now, they sell to the open market, and our gas companies have to buy it back. That's why our gas is so high, at least that's what I've been told. And I don't know where to go with that, because if we tell them they can't do it, then what about the other companies that are doing it freely? That's a real question there. I mean, I hate to be this, but that's a hard question. Use less energy, open up some more, reduce some taxes on it. That would be mine. It would be a start. Yeah.
Congressman Watt, the question is, what are your solutions to the energy crisis?
I'm going to say I'm an all-the-above type person. We can work with green energy, but it isn't there yet. The technology just doesn't exist. Look at Solyndra, $527 million, and it just got wasted. The only person who made money there was the people that was running the place. So I think green energy is great, but we're not there yet. But drill now and drill off the shore, drill now in the water. I think we need to do all that. And fracking, I think we can get the natural gas. I guess Ohio has a lot of natural gas. We can get that through hydraulic fracking. So I think we can do if we become more energy independent and not use the oil from other countries like Saudi Arabia.